Hi guys, it's about 12 minutes after 10 right now. I'm Stephen Boyle. Well, here is the storm reports. I'll show you those more. I'll talk about those more in just a minute, but I want to kind of show you a very brief video here. This is of last night's thunderstorm. Alright, now, the reason why you don't hear any noise is because, well, first of all, I did it because there wasn't really anything to hear. And of course, this is actually quite interesting. The lightning was very intense. All right. Now, the reason why it was all in one cloud is because this was part of the line of thunderstorms. All right. This line of thunderstorms extended from the New Hampshire border almost 20 miles shy of the Connecticut border. So this was a very long line of thunderstorms. It was very intense. And the bulk of the thunderstorm activity actually occurred to the north. Okay, it occurred in Franklin County and northern Worcester County, particularly northwestern Worcester County. Those particular regions picked up really intensive, severe weather. Reports of lightning being absolutely intense. So there was some hail last night. Hail of anywhere between 3/4 of an inch to about an inch, generally, in Chester, Northfield, Bernardston, Hillsborough, and Monroe, all between 3/4 of an inch to an inch in this whole line of thunderstorms. There was some thunderstorm wind damage that was reported, and that was in Montague, which is in Franklin County. Large branches were down on Turner's Falls Road. So that is what's going on, is what happened here. Nasty, nasty thunderstorms. And this is essentially what's going to happen over the course of the summer, is that we won't get the intense thunderstorms like what we did last year. Last year was extremely intense. This year, we're going to get more along the lines of, lines of thunderstorms, actually. Last year, we had more cellular thunderstorms, which can be really nasty, because what will happen is with those, you can get tornadoes and you can get other things that spawn out from really large hail. To where when you get the lines, they're more, you can get more extensive lightning, like what we got last night. And you can still get some damage and hail, but it's more of along the lines of what we're normally used to. And what we got last night was not really extensive to any point. It was just cool because we had lightning and we were just seeing it. And it was no sound at all. And it was really interesting. It was I would say, I was outside looking at this, and it was really cool. It was absolutely interesting, especially from a guy like me who was really interested in the weather. But it would have been cool to see what the actual cloud looked like during the day. So we have no thunderstorms now, no showers. We could get a spot shower, maybe closer to Sunday. We'll have to watch out for that. But I wouldn't worry about that. It would just be a spot sprinkle. I'm more worried about this particular front that's setting itself out. This will be on Sunday. This could cause some issues as it works its way eastward. It could potentially spark up more thunderstorms. All right, so we'll have to watch out for that. That would be closer to the Wednesday time frame. Like I said, there could be some spot showers, particularly Sunday or Monday. It won't be anything extensive. Okay. So that was the NAM model. This is the Canadian. The Canadian has a couple interesting features. They have, first, this lull that I said it could go maybe a few showers with the NAM. It may be a little bit more extensive if it goes the Canadian way. More intense rain. And that will be on Tuesday, which is my birthday. Also, something I would be tracking is a nice area of low pressure forming down towards the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Now, why am I picking this out? You're like, well, a low pressure in the Bahamas. Okay, that's fine, but what does it have to do with us here in New England? Well, what's going to happen is when you get low pressures forming out in the water, yeah, they're usually tropical features, particularly once you get into this time of the year. So that is something I'm watching fairly closely, and you can sort of see that moves northward, and this is with the Canadian model, remember. If this moves any more east, it could potentially do some stuff in through New England, giving us some heavy rain, maybe some pretty nice winds and stuff. If it is not like this, or if it moves east, it won't do anything. So that's, of course, what's going on with that. Now, that was the Canadian. This is the GFS. They don't really have as much when it comes in terms of that. They have a little low pressure system that forms. But what I'm more worried about, or what I find more interesting, is this is actually what you see right here is the front. There is some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms ahead of it. But where it gets really interesting is on Wednesday, particularly here. Look at that. Some pretty interesting stuff here. I think this is Tuesday evening, so the evening of my birthday. There could be some pretty nice thunderstorms firing out yet again. All right, so it will be like from Virginia all the way up to Maine. So that's something I'll be watching. And in the meantime, there's a little low pressure system here, something down towards the Caribbean. Particularly, this would be what would be affecting us. But of course, with the front coming through, that would be pushing it off to sea, not affecting anyone. But look at this low pressure system in the central part of the country. That is interesting. That could do something and give us some rain or thunderstorms or whatnot. And then there could be some more rain that could be coming in. So definitely dampening down the drought that we've had over the course of the past several weeks, and actually over the course of the past several months. So that's what's going on. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned, but there is frost advisories out there, particularly for Hampshire County, Franklin County, and northern Berkshire County, as well as the majority of New Hampshire, central New Hampshire. A lot of Vermont, also northeastern Vermont, is under a freeze warning, as well as the Adirondacks of New York. Plus, northern Maine is under a frost advisory. And I'll show you the temperatures for the Vermont and northern New York region. You can see temperatures going back down into the lower 30s, maybe even some 20s up into the northeastern portions of Vermont. The Adirondacks, 20s and 30s, which thus causes a freeze warning. So that's what's going on, but generally 30s, even upper 30s, lower 40s in the Champlain Valley of Vermont and New York. So that's what's going on when it comes in terms of that. Areas that are not under a frost advisory, particularly the Pioneer River Valley, so that would be Hampden County, southern Berkshire County, and northwestern Worcester County could also be seeing some cold conditions tonight, with temperatures dropping back into the 30s, and we'll say mid to upper 30s tonight. Also, temperatures this weekend, absolutely wonderful. We'll be talking about temperatures into the 70s and 80s. Those will be lasting for quite some time. I don't see anything going really below 72 over the next 25 days. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But there are some indicators that on Sunday there could be some 90-degree heat around. We'll have to see what happens with that. I've seen mid-80s. I've seen lower 80s. I've seen 90. We'll have to see what happens. But in any case, get ready for some nice warm weather. It's going to definitely feel like it this upcoming weekend. It's really starting to feel like spring. But although it's not the warmest May that we've ever seen, I've seen much warmer Mays. And it's looking like this upcoming May will really not be the warmest May we've had on record. So And nor will the first half of June right now is not even looking like bad either. It's actually looking pretty nice. 70s and 80s over the course of the next 25 days. I think we can all handle that. That's great weather. Can handle that for the whole summer, 70s and 80s. So that's, of course, what's going on when it comes in terms of the weather right now. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow with another forecast, and take care, everyone. Have a good one.